as part of the Catalyst soccer training, we always want to work on the players' skills, athleticism, but an important part is also making sure their bodies stay healthy. And we tend to think of young players as, oh, they're young, they'll recover, but their bodies are going through a lot while they're young, especially growing and changing. So the bones, the muscles, the tendons, not everything grows at the same rate. So when they're having growing pains, sometimes that's happening in the bones, and the bones are expanding, but the muscles and tendons aren't necessarily growing at the same rate. So the bones are causing a lot of extra tension and stress on the muscles and tendons. So one of the conditions that we hear about is severs, and this is essentially heel pain. And it can come from definitely growing pains, but it also tends to happen a lot with very active kids where they're getting a lot of impact on their bodies. So sometimes just taking a few weeks to rest will help, but most likely what's going to need to happen is the player is going to need to take more active measures to stretch, particularly their calves, their Achilles, and the anterior tibialis, which is this muscle right here on the front of the shin. So this entire connection of the musculoskeletal system that comes down here into the heel, and then that ends up causing that friction and inflammation and the heel pain. So Cheyenne has been experiencing some of this severs pain. She's been feeling it in both heels, but more in particular in her left. So she is a right-footed player. So on her left, she does a lot more planting, more impact. Cheyenne also needs to work on staying on her toes a little more. So when we do dribbling, we do speed exercises, we work on her running up on her toes. So by being a little more flat-footed and that heel landing with a hard step over and over, that's also going to cause some more pain in the joints. So the exercises that we're going to do today to help with her severs pain is using a roller and a tennis ball and some stretching exercises. So we're just going to focus first on her calves. So she's going to put both feet on here, and we're going to start nice and low at the Achilles where the calf connects to the heel bone. And she's just going to pick her butt up off the floor, and she's just going to kind of roll back and forth a little bit, just getting a little bit of a massage in there, just a couple inches at a time. And then she'll relax, and then we'll slide it a little further up. She'll do it again a few times, and we'll relax. We'll go a little bit higher. So now we're at the gastrocnemius, which is the meat, the thickest part of the calf muscle, right below the knee. Good, and then she'll relax. The arms get really tired with doing this, so I'm not going to have her do it too much. So now what I want to do is now I want her to stretch it. So we've kind of massaged it. We've gotten the tension in there. So now I just want her to reach straight ahead and try to reach for those toes, and then just relax. And try to reach for the toes, and relax. And do it one more time. Try to reach, and relax. Now notice I kept her feet elevated while we were doing this so that it caused a little bit more range of motion and flexibility out of those calves for her. So now the next one that we're going to do, we're going to take this off. And she can do this as well single leg, crossing her feet over. That'll put more pressure into it. But I wanted to just show you the simple version with the double leg first. So now while she's still sitting down, we're going to use this tennis ball. And she's going to move her foot forward and backwards a few inches on the ball. Just keep doing that. So all those little muscles and tendons in the arch of the foot, as those tighten up, again, that's going to cause a lot of stress on the heel. That causes the Achilles tendon to pull, the calf gets tight, so it affects the entire system. So now she's going to rock side to side on the ball. So we're just massaging out those muscles. Another really good one you can do with this is freeze a plastic water bottle until it's totally solid, and then do this exact same thing. So then the ice is helping with the inflammation, and the solidity of it is getting the pressure for the massage as well. So by sitting down, it's not too much pressure. It's nice and comfortable for her. If she wanted to use a lacrosse ball or stand up, she could dig into it a lot more and put more pressure on it, but that might be suitable for a player that's a little bit older. Okay, so we would do that on both feet. Now we've just done it on one. So now we want to get those arches and the calves stretched out. So we're going to do a yoga pose called the downward facing dog. So go ahead. There you go. And hands down. Now as she does this, there we go. You're going to try to push your back straight. Push your heels down. Good. And just relax. Good. So she kind of made a little noise there that it was causing her some discomfort. So I wanted her to relax. Now spread your feet. Good. Now do it again. Good. Now balance on one arm and reach your opposite hand back to your toe. There you go. Good. Yeah, so Sia's definitely a strain for it. Now put your arms down. Let's do it again. Reach your other hand across to your toe and relax. Good. Now if I had you zoom in really close on that, you can see their heels were still about a half an inch to an inch off the ground. So she was struggling to get those heels all the way flat. Even when she reached back with her hand and distributed her body weight backwards, her heel was still up off the ground. So as Cheyenne continues to work on these simple exercises, getting deep tissue massage, tennis ball, foam roller, lacrosse ball, frozen ice bottle, and then continues to do these stretches for her calf, Achilles, and arch, she will have less of that pain from the Sever's condition in her heel. And then in the private lessons, we'll continue to work on running on her toes, landing lightly in her plyometrics exercises, and all of these other components that go into the training as well. So if you're feeling some of this as well, whether you're 8 years old or you're 15 years old, these are some exercises that you can be applying on your own at home and help keep your body healthy.